Okay, hello world. Hopping on at a time I don't usually get on at. It's Monday, lunchtime. Typically that necessitates a nap. However, we're actually going to release a feature that I coded over the course of 3 episodes. Second here. We'll see it out. Right, that's a wee bit better. Alright, so just to explain what we have going on here. I'm in my local environment. This is my character. I can control with mouse, keyboard. I can zoom in and out. All these avatars represent live chatters that have interacted with a stream. Every single one of them gets a unique voice. And how it works is it's hooked up to the YouTube live chat. It's also now hooked up to the Twitch live chat. So I'm just going to go ahead, basically commit all my code, and we'll trigger the Jenkins build. So if I go over here, close out Twitch for now. On the local server, right here in the office, I'm running a build pipeline. And once we have all our changes committed to the release branch, click into this subproject here. And then click build. It'll archive the project, it'll populate the env files, and then it uploads them to Amazon and basically deploys to the server. What we have here is build logs. It shows you all the builds. Most of them are built without error, which is good. Errors are bad. Part of the reason I'm on earlier as well, I've kind of boxed myself into a corner as far as timing for when YouTube thinks my audience is online. So we're going to try and work around that a wee bit. And try to push a little bit into our other time zone. And understand that's going to mean that people are going to catch these live, at least for a little while, while we get set up, get going here. And that's okay. Alright, so the project is broken into 4 distinct parts. So what part we're looking at tonight, or today, I'm so used to getting on here at night, I can't even, my language hasn't even caught up yet. Since no one's on it now, be cheeky and zoom out. Let's leave it. You can see all these uncommitted changes. This is through Git. I do operate my own Git server. We're just going to go ahead and review some of these changes, essentially form a pull request for myself. I know we have some changes in package.json we need to grab specifically for Twerple, which is Twitch's nodejs library. Could probably start there. And there's some small patches. So let's go ahead and grab those. Commit this. Include Twerple library. And as mentioned, that's so we could get Twitch live chat to control the avatars as well. Which now beyond YouTube now. What else we have to look at? We have to look at a room.js file. So it's on Node. Not the cleanest code in here, but part of breaking everything out into plugins will result in this being significantly cleaner. So I'm excited about that. You can see that I dynamically import Twitch plugin, and we also have the Discord plugin, which is not complete, so I went ahead and set active to false. So at least commit the initial code, it just won't be running on the server. Go ahead and commit that, because that looks good. And then a lot of the logic that I implemented to support live chat, controlling avatars and the TTS, all that stuff, was all targeted towards YouTube. But now we're making it targeted towards any live stream service that I'm happy enough to integrate. grab this. It does have two dependencies. We want to catch those. Anytime you do an import or require, you want to make sure that you pull in that code as well. So that, oh, that opened up off screen. Let me close this. All right. Okay, so we take a look in here. Create my own plugin system, obviously. What this does is this connects to the Twitch live chat WebSocket server. Essentially creates an open connection, and this has a dependency of its own, implemented interface in a library essentially, so it's reusable in other parts of the application. All I did was introduce one new event that's used to control the Twitch live. Some stats logs. I think that's all okay. We did test this pretty thoroughly over the course of the last week. I say we because it's live chat that helps me test this stuff. I code it. Live chat helps me test it. That looks good to me. Let's just have a look at our... These are all the commands that are supported. I need to make an effort and actually including some readme stuff with the videos, so chatters know exactly what they can do here. But we're going to commit this. That looks good. Let's go look at the library I coded for it, which is this Twitch.js. Right, we can remove a lot of this. We can remove this. It was all enough for testing. This as well. As mentioned, we're just committing the code that I coded in the last 3 live streams to release it. Just make sure these are defined for the testing purposes. They are. Okay. And if you see the avatars on screen, this is what all this functionality controls. It already works on YouTube. We're just adding it to Twitch. Scroll back and forth until through osmosis I'm happy with what I see. I'm happy. So commit that as well. And then we have our incomplete Discord logic, which I'm going to commit, although it's not finished yet, so we did disable it. This is what I'll be working on finishing up tonight, so make sure you're subscribed if you want to see me implement Discord live like I did for Twitch and like I did for YouTube. So that's committed. What changes do we have in here? We won't commit this. That'll become more important when I release the Discord, because I'll be running all Discord messages through OpenAI for moderation purposes, because the TTS system I created is all powered by live chat, and I want to be sure that nothing naughty is getting through. Don't want that. Okay, so let's do a commit message here. Commit messages are helpful, especially in Jenkins, the build pipeline. When I click build, it'll show all the commits that were pulled in and list the messages, so it makes it easier to investigate what was done where. So let's type this out. Implement Twitch live chat support for controlling on-stream avatars and enabling unique, very long message, unique voices for each chatter. I think I'm happy with that. Oh, unsaved changes. Which file is that? Is that uppercase or lowercase? I think we're good to save that. Ooh, there might be some changes to chat, yes. Yes, there is. I'll have to pull this as well. that's relevant. There's some changes here that weren't released that may not be. Okay, it's relevant. That's got me scared. Oh, we were also missing our changes for YouTube because I cleaned up this implementation. I was working on Discord. Let's close this bloody bar though, would I? Some unused imports, so. I think we're safe to commit this, but before I do a proper live tonight, I do want to test this. That's when we have the most chatters come on. I think I'm comfortable for now. I'll grab that. That's okay as well. What else could be relevant here? I did make some changes to the Mongoose data schema. However, I don't think I want to push this up yet. So we'll ignore that, but we do need to go back to our chat.js. There's changes to support any number of live stream chat inputs instead of just YouTube. What is going on here? Let's look at some bug fixes. The last thing you want on your WebSocket server is a crash to take it out, because then there's no sockets. There's no sockets to connect to. So let's avoid that. We'll go ahead and commit that as well. So this is quite a chunky commit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All to support 3 different live chat integrations. That's the whole point of this channel, so. Oh, we're missing number 7. This is used throughout Twitch, Discord, and YouTube in order to map some of the avatar chat functionality to the interfaces that each 3 of those services exposes when in Kynto. Go ahead and commit that as well. We do have a change here. Okay, we would have missed that. That's why when it comes to committing code, especially to production, even if you're not working with a team, treat it as if you're dealing with a pull request. Justify every single code change. Because you're more likely to break something than you are to release your feature without issues. Alright, we have to update this message quite a bit. So when I say prepend service name to username, what I have to do is because we're having avatars created from all these different services, live chats, plus Kynto, you can essentially get username collisions. Say Tom is in the chat and Tom is also on Twitch. This just bypasses that completely. Every single service just prepends, which means add a string to the start of the string with the service identifier. Easy enough, right? Swells. Let me open this up. And it's good to if you folks are interested in code streams and want to help out and support a small channel, go ahead and subscribe. And if you can, drop a like on the video. It's more fun when people come on and make the avatars move around, talk between all the different services. I'm going to commit this, so that means we're almost ready for a server rebuild. All I need to do, I'm currently pointed to the release branch and Git. I'm going to sync changes, and then I'm going to switch over to Jenkins. So I'll pick this tool up at work, and because I'm doing my old, the way I learn a new technology, platform, or service is rather than use existing stuff like, Git has its own deployment pipeline, AWS has their own. I like to run it in-house first so I can understand why those services are a benefit. Just so you know, we're in the release part of the project right here. The project is broken out into 4 parts. That way they can all be updated independently and I can have different versions running at one time. So what we're looking at today is Kynto server. It looks like the last build that I did there was 18 days ago. Typically I'm updating the UI and the game aspect more frequently. It's just quicker to build front end code than it is back end. Also less dangerous. All right, I'm gonna hit build now, and then you're gonna see a build appear right here. I'll click it and you'll see all my commit messages listed right in here. So that means to clear what this build contains. If I click into OpenBlueOcean, it gives you a nice graphical status tracker of what's actually happening. And I coded all these little build pipelines in the Jenkins file, and it triggers the Docker compose, it triggers the Docker files, populates the env files, so pulls keys, the stuff from the SQL Server, deletes existing stuff, creates necessary directories, and then it also installs other dependencies with npm CI. Then it grabs it and uploads it to Amazon, right from the server in the house here. Once it's done, you should be able to quickly go test this. And if I confirm it looks all good, then it's worth skipping a nap. Usually takes about a minute to complete. So while that's happening, I'm going to pull up Twitch, the YouTube live chat. The cool thing about the Twitch layout here is you get to see my coding environment and everything on full screen, as opposed to YouTube. The only way to get the algorithm to expose you is to use the vertical streams. Let's hop back over. Let's see what I was talking about. Okay, we're still uploading. Cool. So it's released now. You've just seen. I'm colorblind, but I think this is green. See, we've got all the check marks across the board, which is good. Okay. Close the screen for a second. We're using JavaScript for the front end, back end here. Made a lot of sense. This entire project is built for the web, although there is native applications. Many integrations that wrap it. If I do a list directory here, you can see here's all the built versions of release. There are the 4 different components of the project. Of the client, which is responsible for drawing avatars, doing animations, stuff like that. And it also establishes the WebSockets and WebRTC connection. And then the game layer is actually the user interface, which is coded in React. The injector grabs all this code, packages it up, and distributes it via WebSockets, so we don't have to deal with caching. And then we, of course, have our nodejs server, which we're going to go into now. And I'm just going to type docker compose down and docker compose up -- build -d for detached. Let that execute. And you'll see the avatar chat disconnected on your screen. That's okay. It'll be right up soon. Appreciate the subscriptions today. It's awesome. The channel's actually been doing quite well as of recently, which is very exciting. A lot of engagement at night. And the subscriber count is just exploded. Docker. Takes about 90 seconds for this to complete. It's like that Discord is a big dependency here. Just based on this build and deploy time, you can see why I prefer to code features client side first, harden them off, and then port them to the server. It's way less time consuming. I have coded hot reload for the custom Kynto server plugin infrastructure, but yet to release that. It's sitting there and uncommitted changes. But as slow as Docker is, it's a gigantic asset when it comes to separating concerns, ensuring that required dependencies are installed. Basically automates all that for you. You write the script once and let it do the work. It's also pulling the latest versions of the dependencies, which is nice. I'm using MongoDB NoSQL for the database storage here. Just with the way that the avatar world is put together, it made the most sense. The server is restarted, so what I'm going to do is load it up on both the streaming computer and right here. We're just going to connect to the YouTube and Twitch live chat and test it ourselves. Since, oh no, look at that, we ran into an immediate issue. Docker PSA, and we'll grab our Docker name and we're going to look at the logs. There's nothing crazy. Open up off screen first, it's always good. Alright, nothing crazy. So it looks like there was some uncommitted changes to OpenAI. It looks like we bumped a version on OpenAI. They didn't include implementation changes, so we're going to do that now. Which file is that specifically? Looking at the Vim plugin OpenAI MJS. Crack that open. Must be happening. It couldn't be this guy. Okay, it says down here. Quite a bit of changes, but this also does get the new OpenAI image generation up to the server, which is super clean. Let's change this to YouTube thumbnail size. So we're including some more changes than anticipated. Let's change this to 1280x 720. Kynto is absolutely packed with features. It's not just an avatar chat powered by live chat. It also allows me to invite guests. You can share the screen just like I am with my code. Share cameras just like I am. And it also fully implements OpenAI for image generation, for AI controlled avatars. So I have one in there called Kynto Developer, which helps me debug. Pull this off screen. Give one final check. I'll commit this as well. Looks like this does have a dependency, the load env. Pull that. Some additional image. We run into a hard stop in about 10 minutes. Got to get back to my day job. I've been programming for about 20 years now. Professionally, about 16 years. I'll be honest, the stuff I want to work on is no different than it was when I was a kid. I'm better able to do that now. Alright, we'll commit this as well. So we already did. Okay. Include OpenAI API updates and restore DALI free, image generalization. What else? Implemented MJS, load ambient. Okay, commit that, push that to a release branch, switch back over to Jenkins. Wait, well, go back into server, and click build now. Click. No. Alright, build is happening. You should always plan for releasing a feature to take more time than you anticipate. I've had a bad habit of, staying up all night coding, work the next day, and releasing a feature at 4 AM. And something catastrophic happens. But that's why I've kind of automated as much of my workflow as possible. Make heavy use of containers, kind of reduce the damage that can occur. Sardar, I beg to differ with you. Web is accessible on every device. My project here uses machine learning in the browser through TensorFlow.js. You get unique custom TTS voices from using the Accessibility API. And you can load it on anything. And using WebRTC, I implemented screen sharing, remote desktop protocol, everything. But prove me wrong, why isn't web interesting? Once this feature's released, you'll get to hear your opinion on web get read out by the system. And you get an avatar you can control. I'll tell you the problems with applications, and this is coming from an application developer, so I get paid to work on during the day. Applications are difficult to update. You have to deal with app stores. I've found all sorts of workarounds to get through that, but that's a major problem. There's been many times at work where bad updates have been produced and it's been rolled out to all these users' devices and cost them money. Another problem web solves is you get to build something once and reuse it across all sorts of platforms, including in native applications. Like if you're going to implement like a functionality like Google Maps, it makes a lot of sense to code it in a way that it can be pulled everywhere. And, users are on the web. Everyone has access to a web browser that can invoke all these APIs that a lot of web developers don't even know about, never mind use. Looks like that's deployed. It's because it destroyed this directory. Oh, we didn't see. Oh, we didn't see. No. other area with web, which is completely untapped, is VR on web. You can deploy VR experiences directly onto a website and pull it into a device like the Meta Quest 3 right here. I was able to show some cool functionality that Kynto already provides directly on this just by loading the website. Using WebRTC and capturing the output of this. You can essentially watch other people play games. The other thing is you can capture the meta avatar, and it tracks your movements, your hands, all that stuff, your mouth moving. And I was able to use that as a video source in my stream here. Constantly, even on things I've already written, finding new ways that it works in different hardware that exposes different things to these APIs. All right, back in business. Let's reload, see if it explodes. Exploded again. Oh, come on. Oh, we didn't include this. For goodness sake. Sardori definitely gave me a good idea for a video though. I'll go through. Basically make my arguments for why web is one of the most interesting things there is. Right, let's try this again. It's also one of the most accessible types of development to get into. I started programming as a child, didn't have exactly a lot of resources, especially back in 2007. It certainly didn't have a computer that could run anything worthwhile. Working with Notepad and XAMPP. And I remember getting into arguments in the forums back then. I specifically building a avatar chat for web even then, well before WebSockets were ever dreamed of in the browser. And turns out, at least to those folks, I was right. Okay, let's reload again. Nope, what now? We're missing additional work. That's good. Let's see. Oh, maybe. Get these last changes one go. Let's just switch back to day job in a second. Reality of development, though, it's not always a smooth process. Let's build it locally as well. Uh-oh. Lag. Okay, it's deployed. It is lagging. What do we have running? Oh, it might be Docker, my local, eating everything up. Let's destroy it. Yes. Docker compose down. Alright. Back in business though. I'm curious. We should try out the image generation. It's not what I was planning on releasing today, but that's what we'll test. Let me kill Docker. It eats so much RAM up if it's not restarted regularly. Bear with me as my computer slogs through this. Quit Docker. And I'll grab my work laptop because I'm expecting some messages. I like Mac OS because usually it doesn't crap out like this. Oh, hey Walter, yeah, skipped the nap today. I'm just gonna restart Firefox. Computer's due a restart. Let's test this out first.
Snapo says at create a YouTube thumbnail for Kynto, a live chat-driven avatar streaming platform.
Oh, very good. So we have to circle back on that one. Let's quickly test Twitch though. Okay, so I need to do this off screen. We generate a token. Token here. Damn. Don't think I released the UI. Quickly do that. Okay, so we come down here. Okay, we have to pull in the chat. Set imports our live stream manager. So we'll pull that. Then we'll need to pull in all of this stuff for Discord, for Twitch, for YouTube. Then also need do this as well. Live stream manager. Let's go ahead and disable Discord for our purposes right now. So git config. So I like putting unfinished features behind, or even new features behind feature gates. Default that to false. We can still release the code, even though it won't be accessible to me. So it's in source control and being tracked. That's good. I really want to show this for me though. Release the UI to manage live streams. Commit, release. Then you get to see me hop over to Jenkins UI side and run that. Fortunately, we don't have to wait down anywhere as long to build the UI. So click in here, click build now. Build is started. Oh, Coca-Cola. Oh no. What happened? Remember I was saying, okay, listen chat sounds, but remember I was saying it's a bad idea to release new code when you have a hard stop. We ran into that. Alright. Oh, we're missing this. That's why when I have all green checkboard checks across the board, it's a good day. I think that's the first error in a long line of builds. Look for the UI. All green ticks until this one. It's because hard stops result in errors. Avatar system tends to get a lot of use at night, so make sure you're subscribed if you want to see the system in use. Alright, let's say that was deployed. Give it a good old double reload for good measure. Click our chat UI. Cool. So now we have Twitch and YouTube system right in here. Let's see, does my clipboard still have what I need? No, it doesn't. Generate another token for Twitch. Grab that token. Dump it in right here. It's the channel name, which is Kodloch. And click start connection. It says active. Let's get Twitch up here. If all this works, Twitch will be able to join the avatar chat, just like I've been doing for YouTube. And it's instantaneous on Twitch, so we'll know right away if this works.
Twitch_Kodalek says first message sent live from Twitch.
Yes! Alright. Now let's push the bar and see if YouTube still works. So I'm going to populate that. A lot more settings I've coded for YouTube. That's okay. So I'm just going to grab our live video ID. And dump that in here. Set poll duration to 5 seconds. I'm going to click start polling. If this works, it should poll in. I appreciate you, Preston. Just released the Twitch work, so that's live now.
Hey Preston from Twitch.
Alright, let's see if YouTube still works.
DG Preston says hope you fared well without power.
Awesome.
It works.
Yeah, look, so I have the message typed in here on the right, if you can see that down here. So this is the channel on Twitch. Watch how quick this is.
Yep, it works instant too.
So hit enter.
Way quicker than YouTube. so we'll use this live tonight.
Alright, so that's all sorted. My lunch break is most definitely over though, so I have to get back to work. And,
Cheers.
yes sir, much appreciated. I want to shut this down, but for you folks listening, make sure you're subscribed so you can see us wrap up Discord tonight. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. So click terminate connection for Twitch. Hopefully it works okay. Stopped. And it removed the Twitch avatar. Let's see if it removes the YouTube ones as well. Done. Now the only avatars left are the avatars logged in the site. So once again, cheers for checking in, and Preston, thank you. Alright, catch you later. Just to note, the Discord channel is in the profile links for the rest.